views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Fashionistas Home Edition. I am your host, Flores Rubello. It is a pleasure to have you join us on this beautiful afternoon. We trust that you and your loved ones are well and staying safe. In today's FireSide Chat conversation, we welcome singer, songwriter, and creative activist Sophia Angelica, who recently wrote a song dedicated to her older brother, Christopher Ryben, who currently is in desperate need of a kidney transplant. Please join me in welcoming Latina rising star and Argentinian Sophia Angelica. Sophia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me to the show, Floriser.
It is a pleasure to have you, dear. Angelica, tell us more about yourself and what it is that you do.
Ever since I was little, I just loved music. So I'm a singer-songwriter since the age of 7. Started taking singing lessons, got fully into the industry, and soon enough, when I turned 13, I became a creative activist. So I got involved with United Nations organizations. Basically, I sang at a family party, and a family friend of ours saw me sing and just said, "You have to sing at the United Nations." All of a sudden, I'm singing at a women's empowerment conference in the UN. And from there, I got really inspired to start using music for the greater good to actually help support social causes and things that I believe in. So ever since then, writing music has been about that and about just connecting with people. Besides that, I'm also an actress. Since I was little as well. My mom, Susan Ryben, owns an acting school for Latino kids and teens in the city. So I've also been assistant teacher and a playwright for the acting school for the past few years, and soon will be taking over. So I just graduated from Rutgers University for journalism. But now at this moment, I'm just focusing on music and focusing on the acting school. So that's my life, and that's who I am.
Congratulations on your accomplishments.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sophia, I understand that that you wrote a song for your brother. Can you tell us more about that?
I talked before about how I loved to write music for social causes, for things that are important to me. So this one particular song is written for my brother. I got inspired to write it when I found out that he was going to need a kidney transplant. So since he was 13, he's had IgA nephropathy, which is an immune disorder, which basically if you get sick, it immediately attacks your kidneys. And he's ended up in the hospital a few times over the years, but it's always been controllable. But last year we went through the scare of our lives when I had to take him to the hospital because he was basically dying and we didn't know what was going on. And when we got to the hospital, they said his blood pressure was like 200 and something, and the toxicity levels in his body were extremely high, which is not normal. And basically they found out that his kidneys were deteriorating and he was already in stage 4 of renal disease, which means that he was going to need a kidney transplant. So now he's on dialysis 3 times a week for the past year, which does slowly deteriorate your body as well, but it keeps him alive and it keeps his kidneys functioning. And he's just been, very tired and everything. And when I found out he needed a kidney transplant, and since all this has been going on, the only way I really knew how to get out my frustrations or how to share with the world who my brother is, to be able to maybe find him that kidney, is through a song. So that's what the song is all about.
It's really nice of you. We would try to do anything for our family. So tell us more about the song. What does the song say?
So My Brother, Big Brother is basically about who my brother is as a person and as a human being. He is like my little brother at the same time as he's like my big brother, where we can have fun and make jokes together, but at the same time, he takes care of me like a big brother would. And basically, it's the idea that family is everything, and our family is so close-knit, and you can just tell by the song, and also just by the way we are and the pictures that are in the lyric video. It's just family is everything to us, and that's what that song represents. And it also represents siblings in general and how close siblings can be, even if they fight, even if they make jokes about it. Siblings are a really, really close bond that can never be broken. So that's what the song is really all about.
We will play it for you in just a second.
Your brother, big brother, my brother, you'll never meet another like him. And this is where the story begins. Whoa. Everybody's out here singing love songs, but sometimes all you need is where you come from. It's only natural to belong to your blood. Even when you're older, you can't give it up. It's almost inconceivable, a brother like mine. Every moment's an open smile. He's a child's heart in a man's design, undeniable when he touches the light. Your brother, big brother, my brother, you'll never meet another like him. And this is where the story begins. Whoa, oh, oh. My brother, your brother, our brother, you'll never know the difference, 'cause he finds love in everything. Whoa, oh. You don't always need a lover, sometimes you just need a brother to break your bones and not your heart. He'll push you down and lift you up. I don't need to make excuses, going through my brother's useless. Break his bones and then his heart, he'll get back up, he'll laugh it off, he'll find a way no matter what. Whoa. Your brother, big brother, my brother, you'll never meet another like him. And this is where the story begins. Whoa, oh, oh. My brother, your brother, our brother, you'll never know the difference, 'cause he finds love in everything. Whoa, oh. Where will you find a brother like mine who'll pick you up on the darkest nights? When will you find a brother like mine who'll change his life to make yours brighter? Where will you find a brother like mine who'll pick you up on the darkest night? Where will you find a brother like mine? He's there anytime, he's there for the fight. Whoa, your brother, big brother, my brother, you'll never meet another like him. And this is where the story begins. Whoa,
tell us more about who Christopher is. I know I've been able to meet you guys, and I know you for quite some time now. And Christopher is such an intelligent, so I know that he works very hard with you and your mother, with the business, and it's just so amazing. I've been able to meet him and chat with him for some time. But tell us more about who Christopher is.
Chris is the kind of person to make jokes about everything, but he's very silent about it, and you can't even tell that he's making a joke until he opens his mouth, and it's the funniest thing in the world. But deep down inside, he has the most wonderful emotions towards people. He's just a kind-hearted person that has just no bad in him whatsoever. He could never think bad about a person, and that's just the most beautiful thing. And with me and my mom, I even say in the song, like, he picks us up on the darkest nights. Like, that's not a metaphor. He literally, if we're in the middle of the woods at 2 a.m, if we call him, he'll come find us and pick us up. He's also the person where he'll do anything for his family, and we all get along like best friends, and that's who Chris is.
Tell us more about the process now throughout COVID and how everything is looking when you were told that he needed a transplant.
Basically, in the very beginning, he already got signed up with different hospitals. He's with Montefiore now, which is in the Bronx, and so the wait list is 3 to 6 years, sometimes 7 years. So it's something that we either have to wait or we have to try and find another option. So we've been working with Renewal Organization, which they help pair kidney donors with kidney donors with people who need a kidney, and basically they try to find the right blood type to fit that person. But a lot of the time it ends up being friends and family who get tested. And unfortunately, my mom and I were not a match, and we don't have a lot of extended family. So at this point, it's just been a lot of promotion to try and reach out to people, because live donors are actually the best. And, you can live with one kidney perfectly, and they do all of the tests necessary to make sure that for your body, it is 100% safe to give a kidney. And, they wouldn't take that lightly. They care more about the donor's life than they care about the recipient's life. Like, they make sure that the donor is well taken care of. Like, they take care of expenses. They take care of anything. If you're in another state, they fly you over. They put you in a hotel just to get tested, which is just one day of testing. And in a way, it's funny because you get your whole entire body tested, and it's like, if you really want to know that you're healthy, you get tested to be a kidney donor. And you don't have to choose to be a kidney donor, but at least you're healthy. And the family never finds out until like a week before, because they don't want the person who's getting tested to ever feel pressured that they have to do it. Like, if they know us, or if they know of us, they just get tested and they decide, and they have until the last minute to pull out. And it's really no worries whatsoever. But at least in a way, it's nice to know that people are trying and caring, even though we don't know if he's going to get a kidney anytime soon. So that's been the process so far, and we don't know how many people got tested, but at least we know that we're putting the word out there and seeing how many people we can reach. During COVID, it's much more difficult because people are afraid to go to hospitals, first of all, to even get tested in general. And, they weren't allowing kidney transplants for the first 2 months or so, 2 or 3 months, because, they were taking care of COVID. So now, about a month ago, they just restarted organ transplants. So now we're able to, people are able to get tested again, and we're able to wait to see if a kidney donor does pop up. So we're still in the process of figuring it out and seeing if anyone will pop up and reach out. And you never know. It could be the person you least expect.
Yes. And what type of blood is it that he needs?
So he's type O. So it doesn't matter if it's O positive or O negative. It just needs to be O. And, they check your blood type with a swab. So we have all the information on our websites, on his microsite, and under my song, there's all the information as well, under all the links to that. And you reach out to Renewal and you ask for a swab. And with the swab, they check your blood type, and if you're the right blood type, you can choose yourself if you want to move forward with testing, or if you don't. And then again, like I said, it's a full day of testing, and then you decide what you want to do, and that's it. But at this point, we're just worried about saving my brother's life, because we know he can't live on dialysis forever, and 3 to 6 years would be really difficult on his body.
We will take a quick break, and when we return, Sophia will discuss how you can assist and help mobilize in support of her older brother, Christopher Riven. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Sophia, how can anyone help in support of Christopher Riven?
If you are interested in possibly getting tested and just, checking it out, then you just contact Renewal under the information in the links. Or you can sign up on the microsite, which the link was shared before or now. And you can just check it out and see how it goes. If you know your blood type, or if you want to find out your blood type, you can get a swab kit. If you aren't the right blood type, or you just want to help in a different way, there are other ways. You can just share the information, share the song. All of the information is connected to the song. So just spread the word, let people know. Just press share on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter. And it's really just about spreading the word. So you can find all of that information on my social media under Sophia Angelica Music. It's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, even LinkedIn. So it's just spreading the word. And also, if there's another way that you want to donate in some way, we have a GoFundMe campaign also connected to it for the out-of-pocket costs that he will need after the transplant. So there's also that GoFundMe page, and that's also connected to everything. So you can find everything through just looking up one of those things. So those are the 3 ways that you can help.
Is there any other way that we can help mobilize aside? Social media it's very powerful nowadays. Is there anything else that we could probably help do?
The funny part is, even just, through music, in my eyes, music can help mobilize anything, or even just spread the word on anything. So even just playing the song to your friends just because you want to, playing the song at a party, playing the song anywhere, that's when people start asking, oh, what's this song? What is this about? Then they go find it, and then they'll find all the information, and they'll also learn about the story. So you can share the story, you can just share the song, because everything's connected. So that's a good way to just find out and to spread the word. That's really the only thing we could do now, especially during COVID. If not, I'd be performing the song everywhere at this point. But it's not as easy as it sounds now. But yeah, that's really the most important thing, spreading the word. If you're interested in just getting tested, or, seeing where it goes, then you just contact Renewal or contact the microsite and just sign up online, or you can donate the GoFundMe, and those are the 3 ways to help.
Now, what is the process in the event that we are able to find through this interview, that we are able to find so that someone could contact you? Will they be contacting Renewal, or they could be contacting you?
They can contact us, but we will direct them towards Renewal, or towards the microsite. So we still have to kind of pass it on to Renewal, because we're not technically supposed to know until there's a week before, and they're going to call us and just be like, oh, yeah, the transplant is next week. Really, that fast? Because the idea is that the person has to feel comfortable with the decision and know that they can pull out at any moment, no matter what. Even in the hospital, if they want to pull out when they're in the hospital, they can say, I don't want to do this anymore. It's only when the anesthesia kicks in that they can't do that anymore. But yeah, and the process when he finally does get the kidney, basically for the donor at least, it's only like 2 days in the hospital, and then they can leave, and they may have to be out of work for maybe 2 weeks. Right now during COVID, most people are working from home anyway. But yeah, it's just about 2 weeks. The doctors can say better, but from what I've learned, this is what's been told. And it's completely safe for the donor because they make sure of that. There's not a high risk. That's why they do all the testing, to make sure that the donor is okay to actually make this decision. And for Chris, my brother, it's more of a challenge because after he gets out of the hospital, there's the issue of the kidney is not his. So it's this foreign object in his body, and his body can reject the kidney. So there's no guarantee that it will 100% work, but that's why there's 30 medications that he has to take right after the transplant to make sure that it does work, and to fight against any bacteria, anything that can probably cause this other kidney to go against his body. So there's a lot of scientific things involved, but that's the idea. So it's really more challenging for the recipient than it is for the donor, because afterwards it's the challenge of making sure that he stays healthy. But it's better than being on dialysis 3 times a week and feeling tired all the time and seeing the change in his personality and just kind of feeling like you don't have a life. So we're looking forward to that transplant when it does come. And to us, it'll happen when it has to happen. Everything's meant to happen at some point, and everything happens for a reason. So I'm a big believer that this will happen, whether it's sooner or later.
What is the donation goal that you're trying to reach?
So his insurance, luckily, does cover the big portion of it. He does have out-of-pocket costs of up to maybe $8,000. So we're actually almost there in the GoFundMe, but we're also trying to get as much as possible just in case, because he has medications that he may have to pay for, which again, he has to take 30 medications every single day for the rest of his life after the transplant. So that's partially what it is as well. And I also wanted to donate a nice portion to the IgA Nephropathy Foundation, which is his disease. And they're working really hard to find a cure for IgA nephropathy. And I really, really want them to find a cure so that no one has to go through this. So I want to donate a big portion of that to the IgA Nephropathy Foundation, whatever we are able to receive from the GoFundMe. If you want to learn any more information about kidney donation, we have an event posted on our YouTube under Ribbon Entertainment. And that event answers all the questions possible that you can have about kidney donation. And again, you can ask more questions to Renewal through a specific email that's for Christopher, which is also under the description of everything. Just spread the word if possible. You never know. You never know who can be the person who will save his life. So it's just a matter of getting it out there. And if you want to know any other information, we're here to answer questions or to direct you to the person who can answer all your questions.
How can people contact you?
You can contact me on Sophia Angelica Music. You can also go to my website, sophiaangelica.com. All of the information of how to contact me through social media should be there as well. Or there's Rybin Entertainment, which is my mom's acting school. So through there, we're also responding to questions. But if you find any of the links, then you'll find all the information that you need.
Remember, you can help support Christopher Rybin by spreading the word, by helping share and repost this live of Christopher Rybin, 31 years old. We count on you. Let's spread the word. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us on social media at Bellas Fashionistas and our media partner at BronxNet TV. To watch more of the programming, please visit our websites at bellasfashionistas.com and our media partner at bronxnet.org. Please be safe. Have a great day.
Your brother, big brother, my brother, you'll never meet another like him. And this is where the story begins. Whoa. Everybody's out here singing love songs, but sometimes all you need is where you come from. It's only natural to belong to your blood. Even when you're older, you can't give it up. It's almost inconceivable, a brother like mine. Every moment's an open smile. He's a child's heart in a man's design, undeniable when he touches the light. Your brother, big brother, my brother, you'll never meet another like him. And this is where the story begins. Whoa, oh, oh. My brother, your brother, our brother, you'll never know the difference. 'Cause he finds love in everything. Whoa, oh. You don't always need a lover, sometimes you just need a brother to break your bones and not your heart. He'll push you down then lift you up. I don't need to make excuses, going through my brother's useless. Break his bones and then his heart, he'll get back up, he'll laugh it off, he'll find a way no matter what. Whoa, your brother, big brother, my brother, you'll never meet another like him. And this is where the story begins. Whoa, oh, oh. My brother, your brother, our brother, you'll never know the difference. 'Cause he finds love in everything. Whoa, oh. Where will you find a brother like mine who'll pick you up on the darkest nights? When will you find a brother like mine who'll change his life to make yours bright?